What's up, people? So, this is what I was thinking, right? Growing up, you grow up around these group of guys and friends and all of that stuff. And we kind of all have similar dreams because we're all young and, we have this little go-getter energy that we're going to make it no matter what. But although we're saying that we're going to make it, but that's just what we think, we conceptualize as making it. But we're not really doing anything that's going to help us remain on our feet. At least not to our notion, not to what we really know. We're saying we're gonna make it based on what we see and the perceived notion of success, but we're not doing the work. And as I get older, I look back on the many times and the many days that I spend just wasting time saying that I'm going to make it and saying that I'm going to become successful, saying that I'm going to get the bag no matter what. And it was based on false premise, because I was not only that I was not in position to make it or to get the bag or to get to the bag. My idea of that bag was literally a bag of money falling on my lap, or me getting some type of luck. And when you get into personal development, when you start trying to become something great for yourself and your future self, you realize the many sacrifices that you have to do. And you saying to yourself, now if you're honest, and you saying to yourself, wow, I was never going to make it. And I see why some people turn around and they reach 50 and they realize life is shit, and life is probably going to be shit, and there's nothing they can do about it. And you can see all type of resentment in their eyes, and they just feel defeated because life is what happened while busy making other plans. I can't remember exactly who said that, but this is a well-known quote. And it's funny because I met this guy yesterday, and he said some things to me, and I'm glad that I actually pick up random folks to be my mentors. And when they say things to me, I look up to them, and if you're someone who is successful at the age of 50, I look up to you and say, I'm glad I met you, and I'm very grateful for you sharing your views and your priceless message with me, because I'd love to become very successful and not have to deal with certain hardship in life when I'm 50. I'm 36 now, so I know at some point in time 50 will just creep up on me in no time. I remember it was just the other day I was 18. The other day I was just 25 and living my life just carelessly, just living life. And now 10 years later, I'm 36 and I have loans and I have fucking debts and all type of shit. So yeah, you don't focus on what's important in life. All you got to do is just go to sleep and you wake up and you're 50, and then you go into feel defeated. You're going to walk around with your head down because you just can't really stand at life in the face anymore. So it's really hard and important to actually start taking initiative while you're young. I'm saying I'm making this video for mostly guys that are like 10 years younger than me. I'm 36 now. So if you're 26, start taking initiative into becoming something. When you're 36, when you're in my age, you could be better than where I am today. At least financially, spiritually, and emotionally, and even physically. Because I work out consistently, but I never took working out seriously when I was much younger. If I did, I probably would have been better off. But I've always been active, playing ball and walking a lot and pretty much being active. So that's different, which is why I never really gained weight. Or being out of shape for the most part. But you get my drift. Don't wait until you 30. take initiative. It's actually much more, it's harder than you think to actually become successful, because you have to, I know it's fun in games to chase women, because I did it for many years. I just thought that's what I remember Little Wayne had a song, I just wish that I could fuck every girl in the world. That was my it wasn't even a wish. It was my pursuit. That's what I wanted to do at some point in time, even if I didn't really say it or had it. But I mean, if you know anything about me, it's like that was that one thing I did for a living, just chase women. Since I was very good at it, then it became a thing. So, and when you look back, it doesn't pay very well. It doesn't pay off very well. It's not, you get nothing for it, beside the experience and so on and so forth. But do it for a little bit, because you're a man and you have testosterone running all the way up through your veins and stuff. But don't make a career out of it. Don't do it for as long as I did it. Quit a lot earlier than I do. And start focusing on yourself. Start focusing on you and you alone. Your friends that are talking about, oh, they're gonna make it. Listen, if once you start going into start taking action and initiative, and to realize your dream, you're going to realize it's much harder than you think it is. It's much harder, because you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to forego your weekend. You have to sacrifice your weekend. You have to sacrifice your party days. You have to sacrifice chasing women. You have to learn to be focused. You have to sacrifice friendship. You have to learn to be in solitude. You have to learn to discipline yourself to indulge in pleasure for a very short period of your time, and not allow pleasure to actually govern the major part of your life. And that was my weakness, is that pleasure governed the major part of my life, and I would get pulled from this friend, from that friend, from this friend, from that friend, and then before you know it, you realize you have no time to yourself, and that will corrode you a little bit every day until you die. And then you go to sleep and you wake up, 50 is upon you, and then now what? Now you're going to try be at the gym trying to work out, like Nas told Jay-Z, you 36 in a karate class, you Taibo ho, I rock hoes, you rock fellas. But anyways, that was a little drift off there. But what I'm really saying is, try to start being disciplined while you young, because the earlier you start, the better off you will be. And trust me, there is no amount of time you can dedicate to yourself into becoming great. And it's much more difficult than you realize. Start reading great books. If you don't have a mentor available, like myself, who don't really look up to people that's supposed to be my mentors. I don't really look up to them, because I don't share their values and a lot of their beliefs. But I read a lot of great books by great people. I watch a lot of inspirational videos and a lot of other content that actually help boost my self-esteem and help me boost my intellect and help me to be able to navigate this world a lot better, because there's so much we don't know. And there's a lot of people that are in place, supposedly your guardians, that are in place to help you, and they themselves doesn't know these things, and so therefore they cannot help you. Listen, at this point in time, the world owes you nothing. Okay, your parents, your mother carry you for let's say your father did his thing, your mother carry you for 9 months, and then they look after you up until you were 18, 12, or whatever, 12, 18, 20. They don't owe you anything after that. It's up to you to now carry the torch, and you have all the tools available to do so today, never before. I mean, just everything is literally within a click of your finger. So use the tools that you have at your fingertip wisely, and use them to your benefit. Don't waste your time watching television. I'm going on at least 10 years of not watching TV now. I mean, it has made my life so much better, and time that I used to waste watching TVs and stuff now is dedicated to bettering my life. And it's such a continual process. But you actually see constant progress, a little bit at a time, but trust me, you'll get there. But you gotta take initiative today. Don't waste time. That's it. All right. Cheers.